top left position here, we do have Hwarang, and in the bottom left, we do have Threepoint. Now, StarCraft 2 Terran against Brood War Zerg. And we do see the depot on the high ground there. That might be... I guess you kind of want to wall this anyway over here. And you cannot wall this on the high ground on the small ramp. You kind of need to wall here. But this could also be like the 2 barracks play, right? The 2 barracks Reaper, I think it's a very viable opening against Brood War Zerg, since Brood War Zerg doesn't really have fast queens or anything like that. So you have a lot of play against Zerglings, which need to get speed. You kind of force sunken colonies, something like that. And maybe even 1 Reaper is enough, or just producing from 1 barracks into 3 Reapers could be enough as well. Let's see how he wants to play this. Very curious what he has in store for us. This is a spawning pool first though. It's not the fastest one. It's like a 16 pool. And he will get another hatchery now with this. But as soon as he's gonna find his opponent, there might be a way to punish this high ground wall with this fast of a pool. He will find the base. He will find the base. Oh man, there's nothing inside the base. I hope he checks far enough, and he will get to see this one. The Overlord does turn around just in time here to not be seen. So Hwarang doesn't actually know. I guess he's gonna scout him anyways. Doesn't matter. There we go. Scout is gonna see that hatch. And this might trigger him to try to... No, he will see this, right? He will see, oh, it's a speedling opening. And I hope he's gonna wall this.
Command center upgrade complete.
Doesn't really have the money right now, but you kind of need to do something. He's gonna bring an SUV. I really like this choice here. Gonna keep the Reaper at home, and only 1 depot. But you can cancel the Marine, make like a tech lab on the barracks. I think he just brings another SUV. He's gonna make a bunker in front, so you can kind of keep that tech lab or whatever he wants to make you safe. And seems like this is already fully walled, but yeah, he's gonna make a reactor and keep that safe with the bunker. I don't hate this choice, even though I would have liked probably to see the depot here and the bunker over here, but yeah, I know the bunker is a little bit bigger. Oh god! Ah, what am I looking at? My eyes. So the macro hatchery is very aggressive. Now this is why I wanted to see the bunker here on the inside. Because you kind of need this defensive structure in case you really get all in, and having this exposed on the outside of your wall might not be the best choice for a position on that one. So he will keep the SUV inside the bunker safe here. He's gonna put in the Reaper and the Marine, and he will find this. Just gonna start to poke at this with the Reaper, but I don't think you can kill it. He's going for a 3 racks. This is also probably the worst that he could have gone for in this specific situation. If he had a factory with the tank already in the making, that would have been maybe a little bit of an easier defense. The Reaper's getting surrounded, get killed off here, a little bit sleepy there. You need to babysit that one if you have to try and attack that one. Now we're gonna see a sunken push here. I don't think these Marines are gonna have... Oh my god, the Lynx make it in! Oh! Oh, so now he does push out and try to kill the Sunkens at the same moment, but Lynx are getting in here. He sees it's the 3 racks. Probably what he really likes to hit, I think, because with the Sunkens, you're gonna have a really good time against the Marines, or just Marines. But he needs to keep these Sunkens alive. You need to guard them with these Lynx here. He's gonna finally engage these Marines. And this first Sunken is gonna finish up, so he will start to shoot at the bunker. And I don't think there's much you can do. Why is he walking in through there? He could have run through the other way. He's gonna lose more. Oh man, that was a cool death animation for this Marine. GG is gonna be gone. Yeah, man. Threepoint takes the first map. Okay, so that was very interesting. I feel like an unfortunate matchup of builds for our Terran player, and I feel like maybe the bunker on the front was a little bit of an issue. But in the end, if your wall gets broken down by Lynx, I guess he was trying a little bit too hard to try and kill that one with the wall being down and then having the Lynx run into the main base. There was too much chaos. He got scouted perfectly as well, so you're not... Like, you don't know if there's tanks in production on the side of Threepoint unless you get inside the base, which of course he did, and then he sees everything, he knows what's going on. And that was a really good moment there for 3-point. Now Hwarang is gonna play Brood War Terran in the next match. I think I'm gonna cast some Brood War later. Not talking so much about Brood War here. But we're gonna see StarCraft 2 Zerg against StarCraft Brood War Terran. Now let's see how this is gonna play out. We do have Hwarang here in the top left position of Radion, and in the bottom right position, cross position, we do have 3-point. Hwarang is gonna wall the top of his ramp here, Radion. And he's not gonna go into command center first. It's gonna be a barracks opening here with already a gas. It's actually a gas first. That might be a very fast factory style coming from him. Let's see where he's gonna bring that one. I'm gonna see an academy rush or something like that. There's no second barracks, so I think we're gonna see a factory style here with a command center fairly quick. He's gonna go and scout now. The factory is gonna come down first. There's gonna be another depot, and then there's gonna be the command center, I guess. He might even make this on the high ground here. Gonna make one marine. But you have the money at this point, so you might want to throw down your SCV over here. Like he's building into a supply block right now. You don't need to queue this SCV. You could have already thrown down the command center. Now you could queue the SCV. Like, I don't know. Maybe a tiny bit of a misorder there. But just seconds here. Not a big deal. The other side, speed is on the way. Let's see how 3-point is gonna try to crack that nut of a SC Brood War Terran, which seems to be going into a mech style. And one thing for Brood War mech against SC2 mech is that the supply efficiency is very, very strong. You have 2 supply tanks, 2 supply vultures, 2 supply Goliaths, so you can make a lot of units actually. You can have 20 tanks and 20 vultures, and then that's only 80 supply. And you can still have a bunch of Goliaths or whatever you want, some Valkyries. He's going a 2-port build. Okay, so this is gonna be Wraith most likely. Could go into... He's actually sticking this out again. I don't like this sticking out. Okay, so you adjust this a little bit, the barracks. It's still sticking out, I don't know. And so I don't like... I said that, but I like the idea of the 2-port. I don't think he's gonna go into Valkyries, because there's most likely not gonna be a muta commitment from 3-point. Something on the ground, I feel, especially probably some Roach base build, because he sees that Vulture, he's like, oh, it's fast factory, so yeah, that's what you're gonna play, huh? But it's gonna be 2-port Wraith on the other side. He's very slow actually to the gas mining right now, unfortunately. He needs to saturate this gas geyser. Finally there. He already, I think he might have missed that one because he's already kind of waiting for the 3rd gas. And that one unfortunately didn't work out. So he spots the first starport, and that's a pretty... Okay, he sees everything. A pretty easy scout. Like if you see the first Wraith raid, you know, it's a 1-1-1, but seeing the second starport, that's a big deal. So he now knows that what he can do and what he can't. Which means he can try to basically get ground control on the map with the links being that fast. He's gonna check the entrance, see if he can break this down. There's unfortunately a bunker, so he pulls back immediately. And that's a good call, but it was also a good call to check that. Now, we do see his attempt to go into some spores, but this guy didn't morph. And there's still this one vulture, which he's gonna wall in now a little bit, I feel like. What is he gonna bring to try and deal with this? The links are gonna come now from the north here. And they will kill off this vulture. Now he's gonna cancel probably a bunch of those. Yeah. Wraiths are... Oh my god, he lets all of them finish! Ah, I think that was a bit of a mistake. He wanted to cancel them. Wall this, cancel them. 3-point not being on point, unfortunately. Now he has 4 additional... like 3 more spores than he wanted to. And I think this is where you cancel this guy and cancel this guy. You just use these 4 and kind of just move them around, don't you? Oh, he's actually making so many spawns. It's crazy. A spy on the way. This, even if he just doesn't make any more wraiths now and doesn't kill anything with this, he already dealt so much damage because he forced, what, 8 spores? That's double the amount than the wraiths. Okay, I guess not, but almost. Insane. We're still making raids here on the other side. Oh, this could be an overlord drop. Need to be a little bit careful. There's a spy on the way, so even if the raids don't... Oh, he's gonna cloak now. Oh, man. They're actually really powerful. Wow. Trying to transfuse that queen to death, but it does survive. In the main base, it's a little bit more exposed. He kind of wants to find that spy, I feel like, so that means that he's gonna be careful about not throwing these guys away. And repairing them up, actually, would be a really good thing to do right now. The Overlord is gonna make that drop Overlord, and there's a blind spot, so that could be a very potent move here. Siege mode on the way, and stim, so we're gonna transition into the barracks, the marine tank composition here for Hwarang. He's still dealing a lot of damage with these raids, but Lynx are gonna find some as well on the other side of the map. Going in right now here. Starting to cull the SCVs, but the SCVs actually have a lot of HP, so it's really difficult to kill them with links. Man. But you can't get an SCV killed. He killed 1. He killed 1 SCV with that drop. That was definitely a little bit bad on targeting, I feel like. Could have probably gotten a few more. I know there was a pull away and all that, but like there's a lot of damaged SCVs in this. 15 HP, 30 HP, so there's a few that could have died. I guess this blocks something. It's gonna kill this one. Oh, the comp stat. So funny. No, he's dropping 2 links, the remainders, but there's a supply depot scouting this, so the raids are gonna come in and put an end to this shenanigan. Like, he drops 2 links, that's insane. Yeah, there's a push now going across the map. Marine medic tank here. He does not have the range yet. He's gonna have +1 weapons though, and he does have stim. So it is very powerful, but you still need to be careful here how to execute this correctly. The units on the other side are not that great, and we don't have really too many spines. It's more like 13 spores, so if he just keeps the Wraith kind of away and just pushes in with the ground force and kills the spores, well, what are you gonna do? I don't think you can really engage this with just a few Hydras. There's so many tanks. If you just pull back now, then yeah, fight over your tanks against these Lings. You need to be a little bit careful with these. Oh my god, they got focused down. I think he pulled in a little bit too fast there against the Hydras. Now he's gonna lose this whole push. I think he spent those raids too early. You want to only defend the tanks with that. You don't want to fight with the bio. And yeah, this push is gonna get pushed back here. So kudos to 3-point having a really good, effective fight there. And unfortunately, Hwarang maybe a little bit overzealous. Was trying to close out the game, and that did clearly not work out for him. Maybe his bio count was a little bit too small. Is he getting medic energy? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna throw down a scan here. There's a double evolution chamber running for 3-point. And he does have a bunch of hydras now walking across the maps, getting a fourth base. This is looking pretty nice at this point for 3-point, even though the opening was a little bit rough. And he was forced into 13 spores, which he still has 11 from. And he still lost 19 drones. Yeah, definitely a very rough opening. But then he now re-killed all of these 7 raids, and I think he's in a very fine position at this point. He's in a supply lead. He doesn't really have many more workers, but he does have another location above his opponent, and I feel like this tech is not terrible as well. He is on a Ling Hydropon position at this point, while he's going into his lair, and he does have the hive, and he does have a spy available to him as well. He could go into Corruptors or Mutus if he wants to. There's no Scourge allowed for StarCraft 2. There's gonna be that Irradiate, and this 2-port Wraith is gonna transition into a Marine Medic Vessel style, so the SK Terran. On the other side we do see another hatchery, that's gonna be base number 5. There's a lot of room for 3-point right now. I think you can even throw down 1 additional hatchery if you really want to do that. You should probably be able to get away with that. It's gonna try to engage on this marine ball, but it's gonna have a tough time to close the gap here, really. I'm gonna snipe a few units with those hydras. The Stimpen units are just a little bit too fast to run away. Lurker Den is on the way, and we're probably gonna see a few lurker upgrades coming in. The spines and seismic spines and fast move burrow upgrade. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that right now. Adaptive Talents, there we go. Dropships first, okay. This is of course not Holy World, so they're not that powerful, but the dropship attack can be very, very potent here. Especially since this comes kind of unexpected. Gonna lose a few of these medics now, wants to be careful. Those medics are actually very expensive if you just lose them for nothing. And the drop's gonna come in here, it's gonna find this base, and there's nothing close by, so these overlords are not gonna be the savior here. This is gonna fall. Very much undefended. Where are these guys going? Like, what are you doing? That could be a massive drop. He's setting up a massive drop, that could be it. A massive lurker drop. Oh, these might be on hold position. Oh, he's scanning randomly on the map. That means he might have... Oh! Okay, of course there is the vessels here, so you can't even do the hold position thing. He's gonna slow this down. He's gonna push back very slowly here, but there's a lot of units at this point for the Terran player. And we were talking about supply efficiency earlier. It is here now. Gonna move these forward a little bit, so he's gonna kind of detach them from the group, and gonna make more lurkers while slowly retreating here. He's actually killing a lot of these bio units on the way over. But finally Hwarang stops banging his head into the wall of lurkers. He's just gonna circumvent them a little bit, gonna come from a flanking position here, gonna kill a bunch of those while they try to retreat. Loses a vessel though, so you need to be careful here. But man, this is not the fight you're looking for here as 3-point. These tanks sieging up, dealing so much splash damage here. And no blinding clouds. Nothing to deal with that tank armada here, really. And the Marines are just the guards. They're just escorting the tanks across the map so they can siege up and kill everything here. With their superior range, with the AoE. He still has 6 of them. That's so much damage still. This is not really a location that's interesting. There's nothing here. But we're still fighting here for some reason. Of course it does give you access to the top base, but you can just kind of sacrifice that and take another base in the south, or even 2 bases in the south. But yeah, this tank push, like if you want to break this, I feel like you need some spellcaster support. Just a lurker shop is not going to do the trick here. There's so much AoE, there's a bunch of vessels on top of that, defense matrices, and he loses most of the bio though, that's crazy. the lurkers, I guess. The command center was trying to be aggressive, but it got fixed now. And yeah, these drop overlords were never used, so they're kind of just sitting there. There's a lot of money just sitting ducks over there. If that is ever getting seen, it's gonna be an issue here as well. And I think, oh, he almost sees that. He lifts that again. Okay, and then he lands it again. And now he's gonna see these overlords, he's gonna spot them. I hope he noticed that, because that's a very, very nice target. Oh, those are changelings, of course. A small attempted counterattack, but this does not seem to work out the way intended here. One Hydra is gonna damage all of the other ones. Oh, he wants to take them with him. So he kills one. Two lurkers being left behind here. At least this position is cleared again for Threepoint, and he does keep the base here north to this alive. This one, where now the overlords are sitting ducks. Hwarang is gonna rotate down here to the center, and he's finally gonna try to push into a location that makes actually sense and has some value, not like just random position on the map. A big drop attempted here from Threepoint to go into this base, which is undefended, so that's gonna be successful. Oh, he's actually healing against this. The irradiates, that's kind of cool. That's what I like to see. Drop coming in here into that base as well, and all of that static D is out of position. Only a few units to poke out this base. An infestation pit. He does get one Viper finally, but man, that's so late. I think that's an easy irradiate target, only one Viper. Now, this Zerg counterattack is starting to be dealt with, and the Terran push is still not broken. But this is looking better and better here for Hwarang. He is losing most of the tanks though, but like, Threepoint is losing bases. I guess Hwarang is also losing bases, but he can kind of afford to do that. He only lost one. And it feels like Threepoint just has nothing left behind this. He's very low in supply at this point. Finally has the first Viper, doesn't have the energy. Oh no, the irradiates. But yeah, the base does go down. One lurker is gonna trade nice. Yeah, there's actually two more lurkers. Oh, he's gonna kill those. And now he's gonna go to the north here, kill one more base. This base did survive because these spines did get relocated, but that's an easy target for a tank fire push as well. Even a small force could just take that out. GG is gonna be called, and Hwarang does take the second map. So we do get a map 3 here. And the Brute War race does swap again, so Threepoint is gonna pick Brute War Zerg, and Hwarang has to play SC2 Terran. We're gonna go to Karis Passager. Looking at 1-1 here. Let's go into the game. In the top left we do have Hwarang, and the bottom right it's Threepoint. This map is very splittable. We do have a very tiny corridor over here. That's the fastest way across the map. Then you have these rocks, which you can destroy and open up a bigger path over here. You have a path north to this, which is open and quite big. And in the south you have a path that you can block off with the cooling towers. And then you have like a base. But you can kind of just really heavily split this map in half. You can knock off these cool towers, put tanks behind here or over here, and just... You can even just... Yeah, you can kind of just locate around here. And then you just do like, I don't know, something down here. And like a very small force. Cut over this one, take control of the Zalnaga tower. You want to have something over here to kill this place. And then you just need to defend this ramp and you're golden, right? So if it's like a very splittable map, even though it has a lot of locations, those locations are not that difficult to block. And they're very far away from each other. It's a very polarizing kind of place here. But yeah, I think it's a cool map, kind of. I want to see more games on this one. SCV is gonna come in, see the double hatch here. And he will also find the pool, so no secrets to have had for Threepoint. This Reaper is gonna be done. It's gonna make a marine behind that. We're gonna see another 3 racks opening. I hope we don't. I feel like that one might not be the best opening to go for. There's gonna be another Ling speed attack here, or commitment at least, from Threepoint. And it is gonna be the 3 racks again. So let's see what Hwarang wants to do with this. Sending the Reaper across for now, and he's gonna try to poke at these drones. Doesn't want to lose it to the Lings. Yeah, you're not gonna kill any hatcheries with Reaper. I'm sorry, bro. He gets 1 drone. That's okay. Oh! You might want to hold that tower. There's another 2 hatcheries, so we're going to a 5 hatchery style here. Hydralisk then. That sets up the production very nicely for the mid-game Berserk play. The Reaper needs to run away here. These Lings do have speed. He's gonna try to defend himself with a grenade, and he will make it back home. Bunker is gonna save him there. Even though this is not a scaling unit and you don't really need this anymore, it's still gonna be nice to keep it around. Especially during the mid-game, it feels like a Reaper is very nice to have to get some additional intel and scout out some positions. There's the 3rd CC factory common as well behind this. And Hydra speed upgrade there. Leia is coming in as well. To just the ramp up of the economy here. And a little bit of a move out for Hwarang. I'm not sure if that's a good move out, to be honest though. There's gonna be 16 Lings and a bunch of Hydras here that will be able to deal with this. And yeah, even though these guys have stim, they're not gonna be a match for these Hydras, so you kinda wanna run away, bro. Hwarang, you forced all of these units, just walk home. If you can get back into this position, you might be able to hold this for a while if Threepoint decides to push into this or through this. And that's a good move, I think. Just move him back, keep the Reaper maybe at the watchtower. See if you can take a good fight or not. Guess you don't. Combat shields on the way here. +1 weapon's gonna finish up. There's no tanks with this. It's gonna be a reactor here. That's for the starport. Oh, he's gonna actually block this 4th base attempt. That's a really nice move there from that Reaper. Not sure why one Link came in here to try to kill off the Reaper. That of course does not work. He even finds the next drone here. He's gonna block another hatchery. He's gonna get another drone. This Reaper is dealing way more damage than it should. Now he's gonna get taken out. And finally this base is gonna be taken here. Lurker is back, about to finish up. Overlord, speed on the way. I think this is speed, right? Yes. What? Increases Overlord movement speed by 239%. That sounds about right. We do have the Spire and an Evolution Chamber coming here. Number 2, of course, since the first one's already halfway through the Carapace. He does have a bunch of links here over the map, but a few Marines actually being split off to try to deal with these spotter links. That's a very smart move, I think. I really like this from Hwarang. I guess it might have not been the smartest, but I feel like you kind of need to pull them away, right? If you see, you had the watch tower, the vision tower, so you can kind of see what's coming in there. Oh, are those hold position lurkers? Yes, they are. They have the hold fire locate icon here. That could be a massive, massive issue for Hwarang, who's actually scanning in the wrong location right now, missing by an inch. Oh, the blood. Threepoint actually opening this route here as well, and he's starting to push himself. There is even the natural is not closed off the wall. But there's a lot of firepower right here. All of the reinforcements are there. The bunker does fall. A few units in the 3rd base do fall as well, but mostly links do die. That one drop did not have a very safe passage across the map. It's gonna still kill 2 drones there. Only the one SCV that did die here, making that refinery. Might have even been friendly fire. But that did not work out here for Zerg player. This thing definitely dealing a lot of AoE damage. We did sell the bunker, I guess, or maybe he lost, burned down. These lurkers look so funny when they move. Hwarang is gonna split off 2 medevacs there from this army. We do see Queens and then Snare coming here. That's gonna be an interesting choice. It will be very powerful against any kind of clumped up fire push. And a nice Scourge there on these Marines, which are gonna get killed off now. Sorry, the Scourge on the medevacs, of course, and the Marines are gonna get killed off now as well. This is a massive force here. Austrian for a counter-attack at this point. I wonder why he doesn't have a few lurkers in this position to try and hold this entrance and make it impossible to get through. And Snare's not done yet. Oh my god, are you gonna fight in this location, Threepoint? No, it's a meat grinder. No, 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 no. This is not the spot. It's not it. Queen's coming in here, massive ensnare there on these Marines. They are very slow right now, but you need to move in as well. Attack speed is also slowed here. But still, this positioning is just a little bit too powerful, so it still ends up being a very good trade for Hwarang. Very even game so far, but we're starting to run low on resources. on our Terran side in the main base, so he needs to think about a fourth base. He's very much oversaturated, and the third as well. And he's finally slamming down the fourth. He's getting a gold base location, so that is gonna boost his income. But yeah, Threepoint is just growing behind us as well, and I think he already is starting to mine from a gold base, you know. Right there. Just going into more and more upgrades. +3 caraplays, +2 melee. Is getting that adrenaline. Oh my god, we're gonna see the actual attack speed of those guys. 0.3. Look at how fast they kill things. These are impossible. They can kill this faster than he can make it. Pretty sure. I guess he pulled enough units there in time to save that one. Right, this plating is about to finish up here, so we should see some Ultralisks very soon. Playing with a Queen combination here, but there's gonna be a Defiler Mound now being produced, so we might see some DARKSWARMs coming in, or maybe some Plague Grinds. A very defensive position here for Hwarang, who's not trying to split this in half yet. And these rocks have been opened, so there's a pathway now into that location as well. Are those ultras? No, those are lurkers. So he's kind of getting rid of the lurkers in a way, and where he's trying to extract values from them, or value from them. And trying to remax on ultras, I think, because we have a maxed army here for Threepoint, and that's so many units. That's 90 lings, 13 lurkers, 4 ultralisks, 3 hydras, 2 queens, a bunch of scourge, and about 100 drones. So even if he wanted to, he's gonna have a very rough time making a Defiler right now. Red ring here. It's gonna be a nuisance. The planetary is gonna hold against the lings. But we can see behind this, there's just gonna be more and more Ultralisks on the way. On the other side for Hwarang, he's losing the things he doesn't want to lose right now. He's losing Static D that was designed to keep this from happening. He is losing workers, which he still needs to be efficient. He's losing geysers, which are still there and have a lot of gas in them, so he's losing a lot, and he's losing marines and stuff, so yeah. He doesn't really want to replace too many marines yet, because eventually he wants to have more ghosts, but not at this point. There's a nice ensnare here. It's gonna grab the first couple of ghosts and a bunch of the units, but we see 5 more ghosts reinforcing this location. He's gonna push that back, but I feel like the rate of Hwarang's expansions is a little bit too slow. He has his side kind of secured, and he's just now hopefully floating out this command center. He doesn't really have too many commands, does he? No, he doesn't really have too many commands. Ultra's trying to push in here, but the army fights are going hugely in favor here of Hwarang. Those Threepoint is starting to identify this thing as well, where Hwarang just doesn't have the locations that he should have. He doesn't really play for that big of a map control, so he's basically given the map control over to Threepoint, and that means Threepoint can just freely expand everywhere. It doesn't even need static to do anything to be able to deal with counterattacks, because there are none and there's nothing close. Setting up 3 locals again here, hold fire locals. Hwarang's playing this so defensively. Yep, we do have a little bit of engage here. And he has so many ghosts at this point. How many is that? 14 ghosts, so you need to be careful here. But there's already a couple dark swarms, and sometimes it's all you need. Push through. Oh my god! Does he have one more? I don't think he has. He needs to consume something here. These ultras are getting dealt with. The Scourge are all crashing into the same medevac. Smooth StarCraft 2 engine there, unfortunately. And he will break the position, but at the cost of his whole army. He eats one of the Defilers to save the other one, I guess, but would have gotten away, I think. Doesn't have Plague yet. Oh, he just researched. I think it just might have finished up. But there's gonna be another push coming in here. I think at this point, Threepoint is kind of toying with him. Trying to not underestimate him. The army is very powerful, but Threepoint has so much map presence, he should have already been on all of the tech. Also the Greater Spy, for example. And Guardians could be super painful here. Or Broodling spam. Double drop coming over to the right side here of the map, and we do see another push from Threepoint. He's not using any spells this time. And no blinding clouds. Oh no, DARKSWARMs. Pushing on the right side is gonna break a hatchery. And this attack again is gonna fall flat, so Threepoint is throwing away so many units, but he's just remaxing and remaxing. We do see the money is running out here for Hwarang, who did not flood the main base, by the way, but this base, which still has a lot of gas, so I'm not sure if I like this one. "11 Ultralisks? Are you serious?" Now he's gonna drop them. I guess he just transports the Defilers in the drop. Another base might get killed here over in the north, but Ultralisk is trying to come in for the defense. Gonna actually hold that. But I feel like we're about to close the game out here as Threepoint. If he gets one more big engage, which is just slightly in his favor. He has the bank, he has the money, he has the army, he has the supply. And it's gonna be more and more difficult here for Hwarang to catch up to this again and again. So I feel like with this fight, we might see the last engage here in this map, because it's looking so good for Threepoint. If he can snipe these overlords, he doesn't know though. Plague! Oh, Plague! Plague! GG, well played, and we do have ourselves a winner. Threepoint is gonna make it through. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you had good ones. It was a short stream. Sorry for that, but